Go! Go!
Panasonic.
Go!
Hey there friends, how's it going? My name is Yowamushi and I am joined by my co-caster Misery Signals for this game. It's Yangon, Galacticos, and Squirrel Squad, and greetings and salutations Dota fans! This is the grand finals of the Yuvin Community Cup Season 2. Of course, Squirrel Squad, aka Sleepy Boys, coming out of that losers bracket finals with the scalping of Reckoning 2-0. Now they go on to face the Yangon Galacticos, the titans in this tournament. Yangon Galacticos went through the open qualifiers, but they never look like being eliminated. Their ranks are insane. Not a single player below 250. 2 players in the top 100, 2 players in the top 200. Yangon Galacticos are an absolute beast, and we'll see if they can pull themselves out on top. Already Squirtle Squad picking up that first pick, Nature's Prophet. It is a best of 3. You will not go home if you lose this one game, but don't want to go down right here. Yangon Galacticos is going to respond with that Ember Spirit. A good pickup, regardless of what is to come. Gives you a lot of damage, gives you a lot of mobility. This is a tier 1 hero right now. Forget what anybody says. Although the same can be said of Nature's Prophet. Exerts a lot of pressure on the map. Can itemize in many different ways. Does a little bit of everything. And of course, a quick message, ladies and gentlemen, which is this. The Yuvin Community Cup 2 is back again, as you guys know. This time, not with one, not 2, but 3 different esports titles. Dota 2, CSGO, and Pubg Mobile. You guys are here in the grand final, so you guys just know what Dota 2 means to us. This tournament powered by IT Peripherals Private Limited, a market entry and distribution specialist with presence in more than 25 locations, including Hong Kong, the UAE, and SAARC regions. Its portfolio consists of 25 plus brands, 3,000 products, and 5,000 dealers. And of course, we are sponsored by Cooler Master India, the Indian subsidiary of a computer hardware manufacturer based in Taiwan. Founded in 1992, this company produces computer cases, power supplies, air and liquid CPU coolers, laptop cooling pads, and computer peripherals. And speaking of keeping things cool, the keeper of the light, an expert at keeping things cool, breaking up the fight, using that lamp, the Ignis Fatus available, the blinding light, the disarm basically, not a disarm, and a miss rather. So Caudle, a very good pickup here by Squirtle Squad. They have 2 picks that help with lockdown and with that team fight in the Nature Prophet ulti and the Caudle Ignis Fatus. Grimstroke really picked up here by Yangon Galacticos. They will be looking for a combo to go with that Grimstroke, but the hero alone is good in itself. Stroke of Fate, a very powerful slow from halfway across the screen. That ulti as well, going to lock down many people in those shackles. Ember Spirit, Grimstroke, I cannot see a better opening duo than that. But then Squirtle Squad, they have a very strong one too. Drafting is on point thus far. And ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, this tournament is brought to you by Yuvin Esports Private Limited, whose motto is to engage with esports communities across South Asia and Southeast Asian regions, and to provide opportunities for knowledge sharing to these players. So, you guys love Dota? You guys are here for the finals. You guys love CSGO? You guys love Pubg Mobile? You stay on, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow, the day after, all the way until 7th July, you stay on in the Yuvin Community Cup. But in any case, let's get on with these bans. It's going to be that Pangolier taken out for the side of Squirtle Squad, and Yangon Galacticos have the chance to pick up what they want here in the banning phase, not the pick phase, rather.
Yeah,
what do they choose to take out?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry that I was away for a while. But yeah,
Hello.
what do we have here now? We have the grand finals for the Yuvin Community Cup Season 2. Yangon Galacticos versus Squirtle Squad. We saw that Squirtle Squad came clawing way through the open qualifiers. They defeated everyone. They took down Reckoning Esports in the lower bracket finals. Now the final boss remains Yangon Galacticos.
5 seconds left now.
Yeah, this is a grudge match. These 2 teams have, of course, faced each other before. One of them eliminated the other. So, well, not eliminated, knocked them down to a lower bracket. So, Sleepy Boys looking to get their first game against the Yangon Galacticos. And the Yangon Galacticos, you know, they know what to expect. They've seen it all before. I do expect them to close out this series, but I think they'll do so in absolute style. They pick up their, they bend out their Clockwork, they bend out their Nyx Assassin. 2 slightly unorthodox bans, especially the Nyx Assassin. Why do you think they take that out here?
I'm entirely not sure. Maybe because maybe No Chance spams it in his pubs, I guess, because they have the Ember Spirit. I think that would be one of the reasons that they wanted to ban the Nyx out. It's a pesky little bug that can always catch the Ember Spirit off guard. Other than that, I think it's just a preferential ban, right? You don't want to play against that hero. Forces you to buy so much sentry, so many dust, starves the supports out in a match.
Yeah, the power of that Nyx, not just the team fight that he provides, but also the map control. If you're playing against the Nyx, you always have to assume that he is standing on top of you unless you have vision down, and that's an economic burden as well. So Nyx Assassin going to be banned out here. It is, as you said, a hard counter to that Ember Spirit. You always can set up the free Carapace on that Flame Guard. And on top of that, Ember Spirit, very easy to kill if you get on top of him. That Vendetta, the perfect avenue to do so. They will decide on what else to pick. Squad did take out that Morphling, a very, very hotly contested hero in these games. Very powerful, given the ability to split between magic and physical damage, and on top of that, practically unkillable once you get that Morph and a couple of items under your belt. That's when Yangon Galacticos, they see these bans. You ban out the Morphling, you ban out the Enigma. There aren't many heroes left in the pool that counter that Phantom Lancer.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see what Yangon Galacticos is gonna go for in the third pick. Something that synergizes well with Grimstroke in the lane, perhaps. They also need something that can get on top of the Nature's Prophet and the Keeper of the Light. That's something that the NP has to be careful about. Heroes like Ursa, maybe a Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer has been one of the hot picks of the tournament. We saw that a lot of teams picking it up in the last series. We saw Blizzard playing a really good Phantom Lancer, was lagging behind in the laning phase, comes back to eliminate Reckoning from the lower bracket finals. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. So I think PL might be a good pick for them.
Yeah, I love the PL pick here. It gives you a lot of avenues through which to enter the fray. And on top of that, it gives you a combination with that ink. So it's just difficult to deal with. Squad so far, no AoE damage. But Queen of Pain is going to be the choice here for Yangon Galacticos. They play it safe. They pick up a tried and tested hero. This hero, no real counters other than the Puck, which is a slightly weaker hero. Of course, Moon did play Puck recently. I think yesterday, as recently as yesterday, he did so. So I'll be expecting a Puck pick for Moon. I'm just not sure if it offers them enough. It is very good against that Ember Spirit, of course. The Silence and the Dream Claw are going to keep him down.
Yeah, and if they go with a Puck, amongst the three heroes of Yangon Galacticos, they don't have much lockdown for the Puck. So yeah, Puck might be on the cards for the Squirtle squad here. And that also resolves the issue of lockdown on the side of Squirtle squad. The Nature's Prophet and the Keeper of the Light don't offer that much lockdown. The Will-O-Wisp is a big factor in the team fight, but they can always be the Will-O-Wisp, the Ignis Fatus can be focused on by the Queen of Pain. Okay,
one of the powers of that Grimstroke is that your Silence does not get dispelled by Yo Scepter, so it's actually surprisingly good against the Puck, who can't really get out of that Silence the usual way that he does so. But the Vengeful Spirit is going to pick up here for Squirtle Squad. Gives you a good way to respond to heroes that trespass. You have to swap them in. You have a defensive swap as well. This is a hero that just offers a little bit of everything. The aura is powerful enough that your Nature's Prophet can start to play a bit of an aura push strat along with that Keeper of the Light behind him.
Yeah, that's true. This is something that I was not expecting at all. But yeah, maybe they want to put the Vengeful Spirit in position 2, going up against that Queen of Pain. I mean, if they put the Ember mid, then the Vengeful Spirit is going to have a free game. But let's see what do Yangon Galacticos reply to this Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, we'll see how they respond here. Just 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, talking about the side of Yangon Galacticos, their captain and the drafter Zorin has been someone who has impressed me thoroughly in this tournament. He has been on top of his game in terms of mechanically, in terms of draft-wise, in terms of game sense. Yeah, I was just talking about Zorin. I mean, I think he has to be my favorite player of the tournament. Might be, you know, some would say that he might be even the MVP of the tournament.
Yeah, he might be pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe, maybe, you know, rank 27 in C might be pretty good. Who would have guessed?
I mean, he'd be one of the better players, I guess.
Luna gonna be picked up here for the side of Sleepy Boys. I like the combo so far. They have two of the more powerful auras in the Lunar Blessing and the Vengeful Spirit Vengeance aura. It's just that things might not be as cleanly executed as they think it might. The Spectre gives them a lot of chaos in the fight, and on top of that, it's a very, very easy isolation for that Keeper of the Light / Nature's Prophet once you haunt onto them. Same thing, Queen of Pain, Ember Spirit, very good at just rushing into you, and more importantly, rushing out. So there might be a situation where you just drop these ultis, you drop the Ignis Fatuus, you drop the Eclipse, and suddenly you're eclipsing absolutely nobody.
Yeah, I mean, a lot falls on the shoulders of the Ember Spirit player in the side of Yangon Galacticos. He has to be the one who's making space for the Spectre. We see Squirtle Squad going for a strategy where they just have to group up with the Luna, with the Vengeful Spirit, and the Furion, and they're just gonna mow down towers. They're gonna look for that early lead into a quick Roshan, probably.
Yeah, they ban out that Kunkka, and Squirtle Squad, what do? This is your last ban of the game. They choose to take out that DK. Okay, I understand the ban on that DK. They thought that maybe the Queen of Pain could be run as a support, so you put the DK in the off lane and just make him a generally tanky presence that the team can fight around. I do feel it's a bit of an odd one though, especially because the Spectre was already picked from the side of the Yangon Galacticos, so they didn't really need one more tanky presence in a team fight, did they?
Yeah, but they, you know, Dragon Knight has been one of the more popular picks in this patch. Offers you to create space for the Spectre, can take down towers, can absorb a lot of damage from the side of Squirtle Squad. So they don't want to deal with him, they just ban him out. I think they're going to look for an offlane on the side of Yangon Galacticos, the Zorain hero. Or do you think it's going to be an offlane Queen of Pain and they're looking for a position 4?
I think they're deciding that right now based on what they're going to ban. They have last pick of the game, so
Yeah.
I could even see them do something like just pick a mid and then put the Ember Spirit in the offlane. It is possible. We have seen it before. Ember Spirit, of course, can take the option of a more defensive build, pick up that Solar Crest, pick up the Yos. That combination still deals a fair bit of damage with the Sleight of Fist, with the chains. So we'll see which option Yangon Galacticos decide upon. They take out that Necroforce. All right. That is a good ban. An aura as well as a heal, sustain for the push stack that Squirtle Squad definitely wants to set up. So they will have to pick some other option here. What do you think is going to be Squirtle Squad's last pick? They have 12 seconds to decide.
Yeah, they don't
They're
have
going to
much
use all of
time.
it.
I think Yangon have cornered themselves into a draft where they have to, you know, either sacrifice the Ember's lane or the Queen's lane, the Corpse lane, and they're gonna go for a Tiny. So, pretty standard lanes coming out from Squirtle Squad. They're gonna put the Vengeful Spirit mid. Luna is gonna be the carry. Furion in the off lane. Tiny position 4 and Keeper of the Light the hard support. Looking at the side of Yangon Galacticos, they have to sack one lane. Which lane would you think it is? Is it going to be the Ember's lane or the Queen's Corpse lane?
It's hard to say. I think you sacked the Corpse lane because Corp, of course, provides a lot with that ulti, and we've just seen Corp doing a lot more with lower farm than the Ember Spirit. That Ember Spirit, if he's just too squishy, there comes a point where he can just be shut out very, very easily. Queen of Pain, of course, always going to be useful with that Sonic Wave, no matter what. This is last pick for Yangon Galacticos as well. They will go for an Earth Spirit. Okay, so it's a 4-position Earth Spirit and a 5-position Grimstroke. It's a very nice draft. They don't have a combination with their Grimstroke ulti, but I don't think it matters. As long as you have this Earth Spirit, you can shut down the lanes very well on the side of Squirtle Squad, and that allows Yangon Galacticos to get into that mid-game phase where their lineup is absolutely lethal.
Okay. Zorain picks up the Queen of Pain, so I'll assume that's an offlane Queen of Pain. Moon picks up the Furion, so it's gonna be a position 1 or position 2. Negi is gonna be playing the offlane Vengeful Spirit. We see our predictions have been very wrong. These guys don't seem to agree with us. They have their plans of their own. But looking at the two drafts, who do you think comes out on top of this?
I don't know. I'm not sold on the offlane Vengeful Spirit. I think it really does depend on whether or not this Ember Spirit pops off, and I think he will, because there isn't really much lockdown on him for the side of Squirtle Squad. Of course, you have the Caudal ulti, but everything else is a little bit unreliable, and a little bit unreliable is just what a team like Yangon Galacticos likes, because they will exploit your limits to the utmost, and given that they have two powerful in and out heroes in the Queen of Pain and the Ember Spirit, I think this Spectre is going to get space to farm no matter what, even if they lose the laning phase slightly, and God help you if they're ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Furin is gonna come out on top in the mid matchup. I don't know about Negi's offlane and Vengeful Spirit. They'll be just trading farm. So let's just dive into it. Game number 1 of the grand finals of Yuvin Community Cup Season 2. We have Yangon Galacticos playing on the Radiant side. Would you like to introduce them?
Yes, I absolutely would. We're gonna start off with Lun playing the 5 position Grimstroke, but he's starting in the top lane along with Skill Lay next to him and the Earth Spirit. He started with the boots already rolling forward with the boulder just to get that ward out a little bit quicker. Zorain gonna follow them both on the Queen of Pain. 3 position, eyes are on him. Top 27 in C. We'll see if he comes out the victor here. Haw on the mid. Ember Spirit will have a little bit of a tough matchup up against Moon. The Nature's Prophet has pretty high base damage, has the range advantage, of course. We'll just keep clapping you, although your ability to keep the Flame Guard up might help. On the side of Young PH, it's going to be that Spectre. In this bot lane, he's alone so far. There is a ward placed in his lane scouting him. He's not aware of it, but still, it is probably going to be a decent lane for him. I don't really see a way that Negi can force the Spectre out, apart from just some slight harass. On the side of Squirtle Squad, Misery Signals, take it away!
Yeah, a lot of holy molys being spammed in the voice line, and it's gonna be a holy moly worth of a match. We have no chance playing the position for Tiny. Negi is gonna be playing the offlane Vengeful Spirit. Moon is gonna be playing the mid Nature's Prophet. We have Blizzard playing the Luna, and Parasite is going to be supporting him in the top lane as the position 5 Keeper of the Light. So yeah, we were talking a lot about the lanes, right? We were talking about how Young PH is going to have a free lane, and if he does decent in his lane, right, that's going to be a big win for Yangon Galacticos, because I don't think the Vengeful Spirit and the Tiny can pressure him a lot. So which lane do you think we're gonna see more of the action coming out from?
I think for me, the eyes are on this top lane. You have an Earth Spirit and you have a Queen of Pain. Of course, it's always going to be you guys being on the aggressive side. You want to force Blizzard to just back off, want to force him to take a few tumbles more than necessary. Already starting the lane off very well. Squirtle Squad to get the first range creep deny off that. Yeah, rolling in for that courier. Does he get it? Skill Lay will snipe Parasite's courier.
Some moves being spammed out by Zorain. He knows that any kind of advantage in the grand final is going to be very essential to their victory. Looking at the bottom lane, we see a toss coming out on Lun, and the Vengeful Spirit has taken a point in the Wave of Terror. Do you think Lun is going to fall here?
Yeah, he is. I'm surprised he didn't pop the self in the trees there. If he did so, he might have been able to stay alive. But the vision was there from the Wave of Terror, so in the end, he will take a tumble. Underestimating the damage output there from that minus armor. It's a very difficult lane for them to die in, and I think that's precisely the reason why Grimstroke died. It's because he thought that he was invulnerable, but you will die if you step out too far. It's just difficult.
And Negi not taking any point in the magic missile, chooses to go for the vengeance aura. Just wants to maximize the DPS that he can put into this lane and try to harass the Spectre out of this lane. I'm looking at the mid matchup. We see Haw not doing too bad, has 8 creeps to his name, but that might be some of the treants. And Moon has 6 denies already. We were talking about this matchup is going to be hard for him.
Yeah, likewise, though, some of the denies might be also treants, so a little bit difficult to tell where the stats lie inside of this mid lane. So far though, as long as Haw doesn't get bullied out of lane and has to spend too much gold on regen, I think he's happy with how things are going. He's going to be active on the map at a slightly higher rate than Moon. Moon of course has the teleport, but will take things a little bit slower. He did already pick up the bottle, so confident in his ability to get those runes and stay topped off with that big pickup.
Yeah, and we see Blizzard just trading farm in top lane. Zorain 12 and 2 on the CS chart, and we see Blizzard not lagging too far behind. Is also 12 by 2 now. We didn't talk about this combo, right? The Keeper of the Light and the Luna. The reduced cooldown on your Lucian Beam just allows you to harass the Queen of Pain out of the wave, out of the lane. I mean, this was 3 Lucian Beams in like 5 seconds. Forces out the salve from him.
Yeah. Oh, he's trying to get the courier once again. Skill, they're going to get the second courier off the game. He hasn't gotten any hero ganks just yet, but this is decent already. They did reduce the courier bounty recently in this last patch, but
Yeah. I mean,
nothing too bad about picking up a courier. It does stymie the item ferrying and the regen game
Yeah.
somewhat.
styling on the top lane gets the kill and taunts his way away to safety. In the mid matchup, both the heroes have equal amount of XP. I think Moon is just a little bit ahead. He's gonna get some XP from these 3 melee creeps. At the bottom lane, we see going on Lun.
Yeah, some action there. Dagger out into no chance will slow him up, but Lun will not survive this one, I don't think. Yeah, the last right click will be there. It's double Vengeance Aura, so the pain is going to be put out no matter what.
Yep. And an early pickup of the burn on the side of Zorin. He's getting a little low on the top lane, but I think he's gonna be fine. He doesn't have any kind of regen.
Oh, and now Skille maybe in a little bit of trouble. Do they have another Lucent Beam coming up? They do have the Chakra Magic now, but Blizzard did already back off. He was low on HP, did not want to be clapped down by the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, I mean, this is where the kill on the couriers come in, right? Skille had already taken down 2 couriers. Blizzard's courier is gonna respawn, gonna get him a bunch of items. Will get him a stick that'll allow him to take better trades. Win
Where's
the
this
mid
Queen of
rune.
Pain for?
Who got the mid rune? First rune.
I have no clue. I think it might have been denied actually as part of a contest. We do get that kill right on the screen. It was a kill on the Parasite, and that does secure them the bounty. Meanwhile, down at bottom lane, that's a fall for Young PH on his Spectre. Previously was doing okay, 20 CS on him, not fantastic, but with that death, now it's getting into problematic territory.
Yeah, but at the same time, Lun picks up 2 bounty runes. Not gonna be too happy with the trade, but still some ray of hope in this bottom lane. We see 1 point of magic missile might have helped them to secure that kill on Young PH. A big wave coming towards him. He's gonna just farm it up. Wrath of Nature towards him. I mean, Moon just uses it to farm. I would have loved to see some kind of rotation along with the Wrath of Nature from Moon. I mean, we just
Same
saw how
here.
much damage it did to the Spectre. Maybe if they had planned something on top lane with a couple of Lucian beams, Zorin could have fallen a little bit low. Has picked himself up Infused Raindrop, gonna help him. Oh, he's falling very low.
Why is Zori not blinking?
I think he knows that. Okay, bottom lane I'm looking at. They're going on Negi. Negi is falling low. I think he's gonna
They get
go
the
down.
inks all onto him, and they're trying to give the last hit over to the Spectre. He will get it. Finally, a kill assist for this Earth Spirit. He rolls in with the boulder, sets up that Inkswell perfectly. No real problems there. No chance has the haste rune. He's running in, but it's going to wear out. He's not going to be able to do anything of value with it.
Yeah, one more thing that I like about the core Vengeful is that people underestimate the damage that comes out from this this illusion, right? The Vengeance Aura illusion. People just ignore the illusion in team fights, and that might, you know, be too bad. As I say that, we see a kill on Parasite and the Keeper of Light. Skille moving around the map, TP stop, and secures himself a kill.
Yeah, he had a quiet start on this Earth Spirit, but he's starting to kick it up a notch. And his ability to just isolate heroes in the mid game, and especially just use the silence to interrupt spells, will be very, very important. This is why you run this Earth Spirit. Of course, it's a very good ganker, but it's his contribution in the team fights that you really, really want. Just the ability to weave in, weave out, keep people out of position. Play that mini Bat Rider Magic Missile being thrown out in the mid lane. They're going to be able to get an avalanche onto him, but he will survive. And while all that was happening, Blizzard caught Zorin unaware, possibly with the contribution of that ulti, beams him down.
Sorry for the Titos, guys. I mean, that's everything is happening so fast, so quick. We thought that No Chance is gonna go on. Young PH decides to not dive him under the tower. We see the Parasite was also TP top.
Yeah, they are diving him right now. He throws the dagger out into the trees, where he will be safe, and No Chance
Zorin TP
will just
bottom.
be out. Oh, he's blinking forward onto Negi. Gets a Sonic Wave. That's going to be into that Inkswell. No way Negi runs from there. He just turns and tries to deal as much damage as possible.
5 heroes in the bottom
Block
lane.
with his illusion so he can save up Parasite. Oh, not able to get the slide there because there was some cooldown. So Hall will not get the kill he wished for when he ran this forward.
Yeah, 5 heroes from the side of Yangon Galacticos. They know that they really don't want the Spectre to fall back on net worth. They assist him in any way they can. We see first couple of neutral items being picked up on the side of Yangon Galacticos. I mean, they have a really mobile lineup, right? With the Queen of Pain, Ember, and the Spectre, who can join in fights with the Haunt.
Yeah, and that's what Moon is trying to capitalize upon. You already see he has his first Oblivion stuff. He's going straight for that Orchid. He's gonna get it at a very, very good time, and that's when heroes like this Queen of Pain and the Ember Spirit have to watch out. They can be easily bursted down just from a TP and a Nature's Prophet ulti. Negi is still brute mothering up this bot lane. He has 3 heroes with him, and there doesn't seem to be an easy response here from the side of Yangon Galacticos. They will just try to farm elsewhere, take that mid tower, apply some pressure, and try to avoid Squirtle score.
I would love to see No Chance just go in the mid lane and just set up some kind of defense if he can. They've committed 4 heroes. As I say that, he's gonna TP and stop any kind of aggression from the side of Yangon Galacticos. Meanwhile, Young PH has his ultimate, is farming away to his glory. Negi has picked himself a crown and a Helm of Iron Will. Is gonna rush the Helm Dom before even getting the boots.
This is always a solid option. He is kind of tanky and difficult to take down. They have to bring multiple heroes if they want to take him, so he will just use that to his advantage and just farm in this bot lane, where anybody who comes to kill him, you know, they don't really have much to gain here anyway, so no real core wants to be there. You see just Loon soaking up the experience.
Yeah, and an Arcane Ring being picked up by Haw. It's gonna help him to spam out those chains and those slight. 10-minute rune coming up. I think it's gonna be a 2 for 2.
Yeah, that's not a good rune for Haw. He wanted one of the aggressive ones. He wanted an Invis rune, wanted a haste rune, wanted a DD. Instead, what he gets is a regen. Could be worse. It could be an illusion rune, but
yeah,
for the time being,
I thought Yangon Galacticos is gonna stick and they're gonna push. Take a fight because they have the Haunt, they have Sonic Wake right back up, but they choose to play it a little passive. They want to put some pressure in the mid lane now. Parasite has picked himself his Tome and his level 6. The Will-O-Wisp might be something that they have to be very careful about. No Chance falling low.
yeah, he did get slight chain there. I think what they're really waiting for is for someone to show up and then be out of position. That's when the squad of Yangon is perfect, because they can all swoop in together and take people out before they can even respond. He's trying to roll in with that boulder onto Parasite, but Skill Lei guesses a little bit wrong as to where Parasite is positioned, will not get him.
And I would love to see Squirtle Squad commit more heroes to defend this tower. They should not let this tower go. At the same time, we see Blizzard is farming, and so is Moon. They want to give away the tower. I'm not too happy with it.
Yeah, Young PH is having a great time while all this is happening, so you know Yangon Galacticos are perfectly fine, right? Yeah, they have to move 4 heroes, but they get a tower, they open up space, and they expect they're still farming.
And
this is a win
smoke
for them.
comes out from them. They are looking for Blizzard. They know that he'll be hitting the triangle anytime now, but Parasite just seems to be a
rolling
wrong
forward
place all the
onto
time.
him. Will they get the ace? Well, they will, because the boulder did slow him up. Just right-click him easily. They didn't really want this kill. They did smoke up for it. They wanted Blizzard, but they'll take what they can get at this point.
Yeah, I mean, this is the life of a support, right? Wrong place, wrong time, and you will die. We see some wards being placed down by Yangon Galacticos. This ward sees the Luna when she's gonna hit the triangle, but no Haunt committed, so they can still go ahead and take some fight.
Oh, and this is such a smart play by Yangon. They do a double smoke. Few teams expect the back-to-back smoke, so
Orchid being picked up by Moon. I think it's go time for.
They're gonna get Negi right here. Negi way too late in his response. He could not see them coming. Can't really blame him. He will be taken down, and that's a big kill. Negi was actually pretty high up on that net worth chart. That kill now takes him down below his Luna.
Yeah, his illusion dies, but this VCS smoke coming out from the side of Squirtle Squad. They know that. They don't know actually. The Moon has picked up his Orchid, and
they're gonna wrap around into that. The Avalanche splits the wickets. Doesn't really catch anything. Loon in a lot of trouble, but Loon will allow himself to die. That's the Orchid reveal. They know now that this Nature's Prophet is trouble. Haw, you need to get out of there. And, they actually think of going back in. They will. The corner ulti is going to be dropped, but it's only on the skill. They haunt in along with the Sonic Wave. Blizzard in a lot of trouble. He drops the Eclipse, but it only gets one beam out before he dies. Can they at least get the Queen of Pain for their troubles? They can. Moon going to be popped up by Young PH, who gets that last hit.
Man,
and Haw will clean up. No chance. It looked good for squad to squad. They had to be patient. They had not to force the issue. They should have wrapped around, but they choose to go in at an awkward angle and they're punished for it by Yangon.
They did smoke for it. They get the kill on the Grimstroke, but that's not enough, right? Once you very smartly, Yangon just split in 3 different directions. We saw the Spectre moves into the wood. Haw was behind the tier 1, and the Earth Spirit was just juking Blizzard. As soon as he sees that squad seems to be distracted, they just go in. Okay, more TP.
Oh, he throws up the dagger just in the nick of time. He must have seen the TP. He saw the TP animation and he threw it right there. That saves his life.
Yeah, I mean, really good team play coming out from the side of Yangon Galacticos. The Haunt and the Earth Spirit ulti did prevent Squad to go for the Ignis Fatus. They were trying to focus it down, but they couldn't do so in time. And we see no chance is gonna fall now. Oh man, they've just turned up the heat against Squad. They want to tell them, they want to make a statement why they were the ones who prevailed in that upper bracket final. And they're going on Blizzard. Blizzard gets chained up.
Yeah, are they going to be able to get this kill? They have to commit a few more spirits. They will into that Inkswell, by the way. So Blizzard will just die. Ticked down by that Inkswell. They really wanted to last it on that Ember Spirit, but whatever. A kill is a kill, especially on the enemy carry. They're going to TP in, unmasked to defend this tower, blinking in onto Negi. Zorain maybe a little bit isolated, but they don't have enough damage. That's the problem with this Ventral Spirit. It doesn't provide much damage when it's on its own. It is the aura that she wants. And so she is going to be taken up, and they go for more. They want Parasite, they blink him, they dagger him up. No TP, no life.
I mean, they're just getting outmaneuvered by Yangon Galacticos. Sleepy Boys, they get a kill at the tier 3 bottom lane, then the TP top, they get 3 kills. 2 kills, I mean, effectively 3 kills. I think Lone is going to pay with his life. A little bit too far off.
He gets stunned out onto Blizzard, but it is just delaying the inevitable. No Chance will try to steal the kill, but Blizzard steals it right back.
Yeah, and I really like how Young PH is playing the Spectre. He realizes that he can participate in this team fight. He is at the top of the network chart. And not being that AFK farmer, he's participating with his teams. He just TPs into the lane, provides some kind of assistance towards the Yangon Galacticos.
And it is interesting to see how Spectres start adjusting their builds to the Necronomicon nerf.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it does not allow you to farm creeps anymore, right? It's mostly on hero damage. Still pretty useful on the Lycan, on the Spectre, I don't think so. Yasha into Radiance is good, but we see a smoke come outside from the side of Squad. They really want to get some blood on Young PH, but he realizes, dude, I don't know, Young PH is playing out of his mind, realizes that he is going to get ganked. Just TPs to the top lane and TPs to his safety.
That is game sense right there. I think they might have spotted the smoke with their deep observer ward in the top half, but I'm not too sure about that. In any case, they will reveal themselves now and just start hitting this tower. And Young PH, you know, dodges the gank, goes to farm that Ancient, and generally feels very, very safe with what he's doing right now.
I mean, when Suicide Squad group up to take towers, look at Haw, and look at the mid lane, right? So many creeps are being missed out on the side of Squad. They realize that, okay, we're gonna give this tower up and we're gonna just trade farm all around the map, and they already have a 5k net worth lead.
5,000 net worth, and that's about a significant income in the form of towers. They still have 3 more towers to take, and they will settle for this kill onto Moon up in the top lane. He was rolled on by these 2 supports. Spectre didn't even bother contributing. He was just throwing his dagger for the last hit.
And he gets that. He has his manta complete. Now the threat of the Orchid no longer looms on Young PH. Okay, Sorin TPs into, it blinks into the Tiny. He's gonna fall.
Yeah, they get a roll out onto Blizzard, by the way. That's a haunt, then straight away Blizzard being chunked from 100% to 0 in a matter of seconds. Does he haunt anywhere else? He does. He goes onto that Tiny, and Haw will work on No Chance. Another roll in by Skillay, who TP'd into the middle tower. He was just killing Blizzard, and now he's here killing off No Chance.
Oh man, this seems rough. They're getting outmaneuvered. so much. I mean, Zorin pay with his lives, but they really don't want to give any kills away for free. They use the haunt. They get the revenge kill on the Tiny, and of course Moon dying in the top lane. 7k lead, and when you're leading with a Spectre in your lineup, you gotta feel good, right?
And it's not even just the Spectre, they still have the Queen of Pain and the Ember Spirit, two heroes that are fantastic in the late game in their own right.
Yeah, I mean, a very greedy draft coming out from the side of Yangon Galacticos, but they seem to be pulling it off in style. I mean, this is the grand finals, but they don't think this is stomping Scolded Squad anyway, right?
Yeah, they are playing beautifully thus far, but 19 minutes in, game is definitely far from over. And you know that Scolded Squad has the tools that they need to pull it back. They have a lot of opportunities in the Corridor ulti. They're going to swap back Hall in the fight. He manages to use himself, and that's when Parasite looks for that opening with the Ignis Fatius. Oh, he gets a skill there, who just walks out of it though. They're going to be able to toss Grimstroke back in, but Lun, the Avalanche actually catches him out, so he's not able to go back in. The Sonic Wave onto two heroes. Negi in a lot of trouble now, being linked up by the Grimstroke ulti. Skill there will finally fall. He tanks up a little bit more damage than he wanted to. Blizzard still has the Eclipse, but will not hop in because they are ignoring him. They want the easier kill onto Moon. They will not chase up to the high ground. I don't think now they will. And now Blizzard pops the Eclipse. He's going to be able to burst down Hall, maybe. No, he will not. He will just die. All the heroes just take it. Too many units. The random chance does not favor him. Tossed up into the air. Lun will die. But now no chance. He's surrounded by 3 cores. No way out of this one. I've seen this before somewhere. No chance he gets out alive.
Yeah. No. That was Parasite who gets out alive.
No. There was no chance. No chance.
Oh. Damn, we got some sick wordplay and some sick gameplay from the side of Yangon Galacticos. They take that fight without the haunt. They still manage to come out on top. I mean, this has to be demoralizing for the side of Scolded Squad, right? They pick up such a greedy lineup on the side of Yangon, and they still come out on top of the laning phase. Not looking too good. The initiation from Negi was not that great. He swapped the Ember. Okay, we have another initiation on Parasite. He's gonna fall. As I was talking about the initiation from Vengeful Spirit. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking. I'm just gonna let Yangon Galacticos do their thing.
Yeah, they're just destroying every single person surrounding Negi. Skill they once again going to die because he takes a little bit too much damage, and they won't actually get the kill on Negi. And now they're feeding kills the other way. Silenced up on Zorin. You played this one too cocky. Oh, maybe in a lot of trouble. Gets the spirit out. Can they get anything onto him? No, the Glimmer Cape. Even without the Glimmer Cape, he actually would have managed to Slight Fist dodge it. But just styling on them, I suppose. They did lose the Queen of Pain and the Earth Spirit though, so nothing to be proud at all about.
Yeah, much better from Negi. We saw that the Centaur Conqueror got a 2-man stop in the beginning of the fight that just allowed Scolded Squad to take a better fight in general. But yeah, nothing too bad for Yangon Galacticos. It was their own aggression that backfired on them. They were diving the tier 2 tower and they got punished for it. I'm looking at the vision game from the Dire. They have some deep wards in the Radiant jungle, but at the same side, Yangon Galacticos have their own deep ward in this weird location, which is going to scout out any more rotations from the side of Scolded Squad.
The Radiance is up by Young PH, by the way. This is I think this is the beginning of the end. They cannot stop this Juggernaut. He's level 17. This Spectre is absolutely insane.
Yeah. I don't think anyone can stop him. Someone spam that voice line. We see Skille trying to close that gap between him and the
There is no one that can stop this man. Skille actually just rolls in and rolls out. But who does he catch? He actually catches the Tiny. No chance. What were you doing here?
Oh man, this does not look good for sleepy boys. We see Moon has picked himself a BKB and is gonna look to split push, but Negi gets stunned. Oh my god, this is going from bad to worse. Blizzard is being focused down by the Spectre.
Yeah, the Sonic Wave does clean him up. Meanwhile, Negi is surrounded by 4. I say this a lot because it's all that's happening. They dive
Oh man, look at Moon, look at Moon. Is Moon gonna fall?
He's all the way in. Yeah, they're going up onto him. Can he get a silence and a TP out? He's going to BKB and TP. They don't have a way to cancel this, so they will just leave it there with a move.
No mercy being shown by the side of Yangon Galacticos. I saw young PH was in their base killing Parasite, then he TPs to top lane. He's like, Moon, you're not getting the star, you're not getting any farm, you're not getting anything out of this game. And Yangon Galacticos is just streamlining Sleepy Boisz.
Yeah, the only thing they're getting is getting clapped, and now pushing up to the T3 tower. Roshan is still up. Yangon don't even care. They're just gonna go high ground, I think.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Earth Spirits item. He has picked himself a Pipe of Insight. If
they see Moon. Oh no, Moon, you are in trouble. They will not die for him.
Yeah, the dire scan hits. They're gonna know that the heroes from Yangon Galacticos are close. Yeah, I mean, how do they take the Spectre down? Can they even take him down, considering they have a Pipe of Insight on Skele now?
Take a look at where young PH just caught the wave. He caught the wave in between the enemy T2 and the T3 tower. The T1 isn't even down in that lane. He doesn't care.
I really like the item build by Skele. He realizes that he needs to be that aura carrier. He picks himself up a Drum of Endurance. Does not give the swiftness aura anymore. This is a bug. I don't know why it's still there. Gaben, please fix this. But yeah, he knows that he really wants to turn up the heat during the fights, and that swiftness aura active is going to be something that the Radiant is going to require.
Yeah, the pipe as well, soaking up that damage from the Eclipse. We haven't even seen a good use of the Eclipse, honestly. It deals significant amounts of damage, but it never really results in a kill. And that comes back down to just these players skirmishing in and out. No chance going to be able to pick up that rune. He had a Blink Dagger, so he wasn't really in trouble. And Skill Day will just leave him alone. We'll just go back to farm Treants in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think he's gonna overtake Negi anytime now. Not too far behind. Actually, 1.2k difference between the two heroes. Finally, Swordle Squad gonna claim this top tier 1. But at the same time, look at young PH. He's knocking on your high ground right now.
There's actually a significant case of miscommunication here, by the way. Zorin is building a pipe. Along with Skilly, who already has it. So I don't think they care. I think they're winning regardless. They swap back. There's Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain still staying alive for the time being. The Eclipse is going to clap all of them. The Kodo ulti is going to be dropped. It's onto 3 heroes. Have you overextended? I think you have. Skilly is dead. Young PH in the enemy base has to dagger his way out. Can he escape? They're going to get the avalanche onto him. Can he get the toss though? No, they cannot. And Negi, does he have one more swap? He has. He sees Hall inside his base. Hall did throw the spirits. But they're looking for just one more swap. They did buy back on No Chance and Parasite for that, but if they get these kills, they will be more than happy to trade that. That's a good Sprout. Blind Sprout onto Lone, who gets his TP cancelled by the Lucent Beam.
A sign of life from Sleepy Boisz. They punish the aggression coming out from the side of Yangon Galacticos. They tell them that you guys don't want to take a rush. Okay, you know, let's take a fight on
no chance, no chance. Did you see that? Young PH was waiting on the high ground. He actually saw the Tiny the entire time through, but he chose not to turn on his Radiant so he could trick Tiny into coming up. He's going to let him burn down. And now that Kolo is going to die. Hall standing next to Negi. Negi not really sure how to get out of this one. He has the TP but cannot channel the Sounding Wave onto 2 heroes. Moon going to be chained up along with Negi.
I mean, the team play coming from the side of they forced the BKB out on Blizzard. The team play coming out from the side of Yangon Galacticos is impeccable. Young PH just baits No Chance into deeper and deeper, and that just allows them to kill 4 heroes on the side of Squirtle Squad.
I tell you, when I grew up, I want to be young PH. He's 11, 1 and 8. He has the Radiance, the Manta Style, the Skull Basher, 18,000 net worth on him, 5,000 ahead of the enemy's top farmed hero, that is Moon, on that Nature's Prophet. Young PH is out of control, and he's laying into these melee racks. No one seems to be interested in defending. They cannot, not with that Tiny and the Nature's Prophet down. One Lucent Beam slowing things down by half a second at most.
I mean, If you tell me that Spectre is a late game hero, Young PH is not gonna agree to that.
Oh, Young PH, so he is swapped back. They get the quarter ulti out. It's a 4-man quarter ulti, much better than before. And Young PH will take a fall here. There shouldn't be a way he gets out of this one. He actually haunts it deeper with the Acid Drink onto Parasite. He might be able to haunt out once more. He tries, but he doesn't get the escape. And now Zorin on the run. They dropped the Grimstroke ulti to bail Hall out. The Eclipse was used, but it didn't really do much of anything. And it's hitting on absolutely nobody, by the way. The Sleight of Fist and the Chains isolating No Chance. No Chance will be taken out with that Inkswell. Chasing up onto the high ground. Moon Moon is TPing. Do they have a cancel for him? They Yule Scepter him up into the air, into the Stroke of Fate, and into the kill. This might be GG. Nagy is being dived there. With the Sleight of Fist, they clean him up, but they still don't call the GG on the side of Squishy. Squishy, what am I saying? Squirtle boys. Squishy, that's all they are at this point of time.
Yeah, I mean, this is the grand finals, game number 1, but they don't want to tap out just yet. They want to give it their all before it's all dark. But yeah, it is pretty dark. We see Blizzard has picked himself an ultimate orb, flying out to him. He's going to complete his Manta, but that's nowhere enough. He needs so many more items to fight against Young PH.
He does, and that's not even describing Hall just yet. Hall's gonna build up that Shiva's God. He has the Aghanim Scepter, he has the Maelstrom, his spell damage is out of control. Queen of Pain, you know, he realizes that his Earth Spirit has a pipe. He's just gonna build into that Yule Scepter.
Yep, I mean, picking up a casual Word of Defiance, I'm not gonna complain about that. It's gonna negate a lot of damage coming towards him. So yep, overall a good item pickup from the side of Zorin. And we see Haw is gonna pick up the Shivas. He's very close towards it, and as I say that he buys it, it's gonna fly out to him in the courier. Now they seem to be moving towards the Roshan pit. They realize that, okay, we can play it a little bit safe. Let's not underestimate it. This is the grand finals at the end of the day.
Yeah, and Blizzard's farm is all but stopped, by the way. He's 12.2k net with Blizzard. He's not farmed a lot. He still only has the Manta style and the BKB. You compare that to the Spectre, who has the Abyssal Blade completed now?
Yeah, I think he can just like 5v1 them at this point of time with a little help from his team. But we saw that he did fall. He did fall to the combination. Now that he has an Aegis, that just becomes twice as hard. Haw has no fear. He's just remanenting in and out of fights, remanenting behind towers, focusing the Kotl.
And at what point do you just build Blade Mail on the Spectre and you realize that you die because you take a 40% damage every time you hit it?
Yeah, we see Skille gets caught out by Moon Moon.
Yeah, he's gonna get swapped. He is staying alive for quite a long time, but it's not in time for his team to get to him. No one even bothers moving.
Man, he must be getting so flamed by his teammate. His team requires him to do better. I mean, it's the grand finals, Skille. You gotta play better.
Why you gotta feel like that, man? You're only 5-4 and 24. Why you gotta be like that?
Your Spectre needs you right behind him. It's a 12
what if they kill the Aegis Spectre, dude?
Jesus. Can't believe these are the professional players that I'm casting right now.
It's so disgustingly far ahead. Yangon Esports. You guys are playing out of your minds, and they take their time. They're not pushing into the Aegis just yet. I'm not really sure why or what they're waiting for, really. Queen of Pain
they just gotta push out the bottom wave.
Push out the bottom wave? Yeah, blinking forward onto No Chance. He didn't get the Yule Scepter, so he couldn't cancel the TP.
He's picked up the Axe as well. More DPS coming out from the side of Queen of Pain. And now I think as soon as they push out all the waves, they're gonna be good to go. I mean, you see this textbook execution from the side of Yangon Galacticos, right? They don't want to just go high ground and then realize that, oh, there's a Nature's Prophet, he's gonna take my racks, right? They don't want to have any kind of stress when they're going high ground. They're gonna do it systematically. They know this is the grand finals. They have the ages. They're gonna group up now and finish this game.
The farm up that Scardy on the Spectre, that's definitely not going to hurt. He does have the Soul Ring to replace after all, blinking forward. stun onto Zorin.
I mean,
Zorin didn't think in on that, but no chance. He's going to be silenced up. And that's going to be a supersonic wave in his face. I'm pretty sure Hawk chasing up Negi in the backline. He might be separating them from the rest of the fight. No chance drops very, very low. And he will finally die. And they get the Abyssal Blade onto that Corridor. A little bit unnecessary, but whatever. A kill is a kill. And no, Moon gets his TP cancelled by the bash. Young PH actually bashed him. He doesn't manage to bash the Luna on the way out, but that should be the end of the game. None of these 4 heroes have buyback.
Yeah,
GG.
G and another G is gonna fall now, I guess.
What the just happened?
Okay, yeah, they got GG now.
Ay.
This was rough. I mean, like, game 1 of the grand finals was a stomp. It was not even close. We would have expected a much more competitive match coming out from the side of Sleepy Boisz. But
Yeah, and
that's not
the thing is
case.
that it's not even like they didn't get the heroes that they're used to getting. You know, we've seen them play this Tiny, we've seen them play this Nature's Prophet, we've seen them play this Cordo all the time. It's just when you get outskilled like that, there's not really much you can say.
Yeah, I mean, Yangon Galacticos had a really greedy lineup, but they still come out on top of the laning stage, and we just saw the sheer maneuverability coming out from the side. Just help them roll over Squirtle squad.
Yeah, in the end, the Yangon Galacticos convincingly take game 1, ladies and gentlemen. How long will it be until the second game, Misery Signals? Of course, this is a BO3, and it's patch 7.27, ladies and gentlemen, just to make that clear.
Yeah, we're gonna have the match coming up in not more than 10 minutes. Yes, we're gonna give a break of 10 minutes to both the sides. Sleepy Boys need to get collect their thoughts, need to re-strategize against Yangon Galacticos, and I hope they can come back stronger in game number 2.
Definitely do. And well, we'll see you guys later, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be right back. Do stay with us for game 2 of this best of 3 grand finals of the Yuvin Community Cup.
Yeah, please like our streams and subscribe to our channel. We'll be right back with game number 2.
Go. Go.
Panasonic.
Go. Go.
Panasonic. Go. Go. Panasonic.
Go.